So everyone wants to blow up on TikTok. It is the hottest app right now, and it only takes one video posted at the right time to go viral and change everything for you and your TikTok account. But to do that, you have to do a lot of things right to hit within the algorithm. And one of those things is posting at the right time, which is what this video is all about. So first of all, when is the best time to post on TikTok? It's when your audience is most active and online, which is fairly obvious, but we'll break down the specifics throughout this video as to why that's so important and how you can get it right more consistently. So why it's so important to get this stuff right and post when your audience is actually active is because once you post out a piece of content, TikTok is constantly doing little tests with that piece of content. So if you know that most of your ideal audience isn't even awake or on the app at the time that you try to post a piece of content, it can really slow or completely stall the growth of that video and how many views it receives. When you press publish, TikTok then tests that video with a small sample group of people based on their feedback, how long they watched it, the engagement of it, etc. That dictates how far it gets pushed beyond that. So if you know that a post was made for a specific audience and then they're asleep when you posted it, chances are the initial feedback that TikTok gets is going to be negative, and that will stop the push of that video, which you don't want. So how do you actually find the best times to post? This will be specific to each account and depending where you are and where your audience is, but there was a report done by Influencer Marketing Hub and Hootsuite that determined the best dates and times to post content. And based on that study, the best times to post on TikTok are Monday at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., and 10 p.m., Tuesday at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and 9 a.m., Wednesday at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and 11 p.m., Thursday at 9 a.m., 12 a.m., and 7 p.m., Friday at 5 a.m., 11 p.m., and 3 p.m., Saturday at 11 a.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m., and Sunday at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and 4 p.m. And all of those times I just mentioned are in PST. So according to their study and the data they collected, those are the ideal times to be posting content. And in that study, they also found the worst times to be posting on TikTok, and they are these: 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. on any day of the week, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday through Wednesday, 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. on Friday through Monday, and anytime after 9 a.m. on Tuesday. So do with that what you will. I would definitely not use that as gospel, but they did do a pretty comprehensive study to find these numbers. What I recommend doing instead is experimenting with different posting times. And to get an idea of when your audience is most active, you can actually use the TikTok app to see this information. Go into your account and then click the top 3 bars in the top right, and then click Creator Tools and then Analytics. Here you'll be able to navigate to audience activity, and you will be able to see when your audience is most active and online, and use these times as a good idea as to when you should be publishing your content. But I will say a little pro tip here is to not post exactly when your audience is most active. I would actually post it an hour or two before that, because TikTok often takes an hour or two to actually do its initial testing phase and get that done. So you want to make sure that the right people are seeing it at the right time. And so by you posting it an hour or two before the most of your audience is active, it's more likely that they'll be included in that test because they'll be online during that testing time. So that's a little pro tip for you. I definitely recommend doing that. Another tip to find the best posting time that you can look at is go to look at other people in your niche or your competition and see if there's a consistent time of the day that they're posting content. If they're getting a ton of results and they're posting very consistent times, it's probably because they've done the research and found that this brings them the most success. So if they've done the work and they're already reaching your ideal audience, you may as well use that information for yourself and post at the same times because they've proven that this is successful and the right people are online and active. So posting time definitely can matter because of this testing phase that I've mentioned, but TikTok is constantly experimenting with videos regardless of what time they're actually posted at. So what's even more important than trying to perfect the time that it's posted is getting more content out there. It's recommended that you should post between 1 and 4 times a day on TikTok if possible. I know that's a ton of content, so what I recommend doing instead is picking a number that you know is sustainable for you. Even if that's less than once a day, just stick to a number that you know you can consistently stick to, and then move up as it becomes easier for you to do so. When you're posting out all this content, I also want you to look beyond just what time it's posted and look at the individual video itself. If you think a video was super valuable and it was a banger, but did not perform at all, that doesn't mean that you can't repost that video. In fact, I highly recommend reposting that video at a different time. But with that, I recommend adjusting the first 5 or so seconds of the video, which is often called the hook, to see if you can shape it in a different way to capture the viewer's attention, to get more positive feedback early on, to get that video pushed. But people are doing this all across TikTok. They're experimenting with the videos they've already made and adjusting them slightly, and you will see crazy differences between these different experiments. So many times someone will post a video, it'll get a few hundred views, they'll think it was better than that, they'll tweak it, and then it can get millions of views. This happens all across TikTok. And if you're posting 1 to 4 times per day, this gives you a huge opportunity to experiment. And if you're remixing previous content, it makes it a little easier to keep up with this much content. And within this topic of posting time and getting a video the best opportunity to go viral, I want to talk about hashtags, because hashtags are one of the criteria that TikTok uses to determine who to show this content to, especially within that initial push. It basically helps in categorizing your content along with the captions and the other visual features within the video. So hashtags are a tool tool that you can use on your content to determine the kind of person that's going to see this video initially. And so if you're targeting to a specific group of people, you definitely want to be selective with the hashtags that you're using so the right people see your content to give the right indicators to TikTok to show it to more of those similar kinds of people. And let's give you a super simple example to drive this home. Let's say you're posting a video that has cats in it. If you start using cat related hashtags, TikTok is smart enough to know what cat means and the kind of content that cat lovers want. So if you start using cat related hashtags on a cat related video, it dramatically increases the chances that cat lovers will see that video. So you can apply that same approach to whatever niche or kind of content you create, but that's the thought process I want you to be thinking about. So in summary, does posting time matter? Yes, it does, because of what it can do for you long term. But on an individual video basis, I wouldn't stress it that much. Why you want to optimize your posting time is to give yourself the best opportunity to get some videos that do hit, to allow TikTok to collect more data on your videos and the audience you're trying to reach, which can allow you to go viral more and more often because they know who to show your videos to. So posting time won't make or break a video's success, but it can dramatically cut down the time that it takes for you to be successful and reach who you're trying to reach. So take it seriously and experiment like crazy. And definitely rewatch this video to really understand all the pieces that go into posting at the right time and to build the right posting schedule for you. And the best way to remain consistent with a posting schedule is to use a post scheduler. And we here at Flick just released our TikTok scheduling tool to our content scheduler. So within Flick, you can now upload all of your TikTok videos and then schedule them to go live at your ideal time. So once you do the research that we've told you to do within this video, you can then use that to make a super specific strategy and then execute it ahead of time within Flick to make sure that all these videos go live without you having to think about it and without you missing the ideal time to be posting content. And since you're watching this video, you can access a free week trial of Flick and all of our tools, including the TikTok scheduler, using the link in the description box of this video down below. So go ahead and try that out. I know you're going to love it. It is a lifesaver when it comes to posting TikTok content. Plus, when you schedule out content, you can't get sucked into the TikTok vortex and lose hours of your life. So it's a massive game changer if you're looking to grow on the platform. And since you are looking to grow on the platform, this video right here, I walk through some of my favorite brands on TikTok that are absolutely crushing it. So if you're looking for content inspiration and how you can break through on TikTok, this is an amazing case study that will help you do that. So go ahead and click this. I'll see you over there and I'll see you on TikTok. Peace.